Mr. Happy Living here, and I'm happy to be broadcasting from WITV7 in the beautiful Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I love entrepreneurs and athletes and holistic health experts and creatives and people from every walk of life that have discovered their reason for being on this planet. And that's why I love Phillip Wilson. He's an entrepreneur and a holistic health expert too. As the president of Momentum 98, he's been introducing cutting-edge, unique, innovative products to the holistic health marketplace for more than 40 years. He also owns and operates Momentum Natural Health Products, the oldest natural health store in the city of my birth, home of the Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio. So, Phil, welcome to the Something Significant show.
It's great to be here, Matt. It's always a delight to share my insights and my love for all life, and to and I call it joy. Joy is so important, and I love being in the presence of people, to get my body out there, so that I can catalyze people to be greater, to be more free. It's freedom. When you have freedom, then you can truly love.
I love it. So tell us just a little bit these days, what are you doing these days to leave your mark of significance on the world?
Well, I'm finishing up, I'm doing a lot to promoting the Relax Far Infrared Sauna, which has been crucial for getting people cleansed and detoxed and purified. And the Relax Sauna is quite amazing. I've been going to 30, 40 shows a year for the last 15 years. A lot of them are professional shows. And prior to that, I was selling massage tools since 1980. I've been marketing massage tools and green powders. I was selling green powders in 1984 when no one else was. I started selling Chinese herbs to health food stores and health professionals also back in 1984, then Ayurvedic herbs. And for some reason, I've always been on the cutting edge, because my body, because of an experience I had some time ago, my body became very sensitive and I could not function with normal foods. And so I had to search out the Ayurvedic herbs and the Chinese herbs that gave me that certain feeling that to get my brain stem and my head and my body functioning well, so I was clear mentally. Prior to all this, I was a graduate student in mathematics at Ohio State University.
Yeah, I saw that. So what were you doing between college graduation, I think was like in the early 70s, and in the 80s, when you launched your store and your company? What was that transition? What were you doing? 30 seconds.
I was meditating and doing yoga 6 hours a day every morning. I was reading anything about spiritual awareness and wisdom and freedom, like nonstop. I was taking some graduate courses in Plato and existentialism, and I was going out promoting awareness and the fact that you couldn't die, and I was selling an herbal vitamin that also got people to feel better. It had special kind of herbs that had a spiritual effect on the body. And so that's what I was doing until 1980, when I launched my massage tool business to health food stores.
Very good. And just give us a quick shot of how do you see yourself impacting the world 10 years from now in the year 2030? What's Phillip Wilson going to be doing?
Well, I went to a conference in 1996 in Boulder, Colorado, and I was talking to a guy at one of the books, and he had written a book, and I said, I'm planning on writing a book, and he came out of the blue and said, and your book will make a mark upon the world. I'm in the process of finishing up a book called Pictures of the Mind. And the subtitle is Freeing Yourself from Beliefs That No Longer Serve You.
Awesome.
And this to me is my life mission. This is why I came to the planet. The world is so confused with all the fake news and the real news. They don't know what to believe, and that's exactly correct, because you're not really supposed to believe anything. It's just temporary. You want to know things, not believe them. It's
Very
the
good.
experience, yes, and that's what creates true happiness.
That's exciting. I look forward to that book. So this is something significant, and my definition of significance contains 4 elements: doing things you love, in places you love, with people you love, and creating something of value to others. So it's doing and it's giving. But to be a giver, you need excess capacity in your life. So the question is, what are your personal practices, physical, mental, spiritual, financial, emotional? What does Phil do to create the capacity you need to take care of yourself and to have more to give to others?
Well, when I wake up in the morning, I usually go into the relaxed spa-fed sauna and do a 20 to 30 minute detox, cleansing, purification sweat. And I drink water before that. I drink water afterwards. Then I wait a few minutes. Then I take a shower, and then I meditate or contemplate and get into that state where I feel really, really clear, and then I'm ready to work. And so that's really important. I rebound every so often, but the main exercise I do is I do stretching, yoga kind of exercises periodically, not regularly. When I feel the need, I do it. I fast a lot. I intermittent fast. I usually don't eat till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sauna purifies and cleanses me, and then to be able to tune in to that which I am and really get connected and really feel that energy. And then when I can write, it comes through me, and it's like, it's almost effortless effort. I'm just dictating it because it's coming from that creative aspect of myself that knows everything, that is everything, that's a part of everything.
That's awesome. So recently I've been thinking about this, about doing things that you love. And one of the concepts I've really just started thinking about is life is too short to be doing things that make you feel bad, even if they're good for you. So as you're looking at your personal practices for building capacity, just talk about what I just said. If there's something good for you, like intermittent fasting, but I don't like the way it makes me feel because I get hungry or whatever, what I'm learning to do is to find something else that feeds that capacity. So talk about that, doing things that make you feel good or toughing through things just because they're good for you.
Well, one thing that I'm not a fan of is drudgery. Okay, I'm not a fan of drudgery. I avoid drudgery like the plague. Whenever drudgery, I experience it for a second, I turn the light switch off and I turn into exercise mode or some other kind of mode. There's only one. People say there's only one lifetime. Well, that's debatable, but the question, there's only one moment, and that's now. And in the moment, I feel everything is there. Everything can be accessed in the present moment. And I used to forget something and go downstairs and say, shoot, I forgot something. And then as I started drudgeringly going upstairs to get what I forgot, I say, this is crazy. I'm going to enjoy what I do, love what you do and do what you love. And so I would run up the stairs and call it exercise. And therefore, see, there's a book called Talons of Time that Paul Twitchell wrote. And the evil he called the time makers. That's what he called the evil time makers. And he said there is only duration. And whenever you're aware of time, that's pain. Mm-hmm. And I don't like pain. It's weird. I just don't like it. I like pleasure. I like to be happy. I like to feel the flow. And when I can't feel the flow, it's to know that it's there. And that's key, because whenever you need it, it'll be there. I remember when I was doing 6 hours of meditating and yoga every morning, I wouldn't leave my house. This is in the early 70s. I finally went out. I was walking down High Street at Ohio State University, and I ran into someone, and I felt terrible. I felt so unconnected. And someone said, God, you look good today. And I said, okay. And then something came out of my mouth, and it was they appreciated the words that I said. I said, oh my gosh, I don't have to feel this presence every moment of my life, because you have to live in this world. And so, but it's just knowing that whenever you need it, it is there for you, and it will work through you to uplift others so that they can become more free. And in other words, drudgery and judgment are two words which to me are like the negative of the negative. It's a judgy not lest you be judged, because my book is pictures of the mind. And when you judge someone, you're saying whatever they're doing, you're saying bad. And that's the way to manifest something in your life. That's the way how we have the creative potential to create our future, to create our reality. And when we picture something and give it all that attention, we're creating our reality. Right. So it's really humorous when people feel guilty about doing something, they're judging themselves. And whenever a person feels guilty, what they're doing, they're sentencing themselves to experience it again until they do it with joy.
Yeah.
So that's really funny.
I think you just answered my question a lot better than I posed it. So thank you for that.
Good.
So Phil, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and I want to tell everyone about three things. And I think you'll like these three things. Why I love the far infrared portable sauna, how they can save $100 when they buy one of their own, and then how their purchase will support a great big donation to WITV7. Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love my Relax Sauna. I bask in its healing far infrared rays every morning. In just 20 minutes, I sweat as much as if I'd run 4 miles. But I'm not exhausted. Instead, I feel great. And I've boosted my metabolism, burned calories, sweated away toxins, and some body fat too. What a relaxing and healthy way to start a day. A study in Finland found people who regularly use saunas live longer and have fewer fatal heart problems. So get the benefits of a sauna in your home for your family too. It's surprisingly affordable, it's portable, and it fits nearly anywhere. Go to happyliving.com and select Partners in Happy to get $100 off any purchase of $1,000 or more. And I'll donate another $100 for every order placed during the entire month of December to WITV7. So here's my idea for you. Get a relaxed sauna for yourself this holiday season and give another as a gift. Okay, we're back, and this is the Something Significant show, and I'm Matt Gersper. Hey friends, do yourself a big health favor. Make the investment to buy a relaxed sauna for your home. It's the only sauna that filters out all of the non-healing light rays, so you can totally absorb the scientifically proven range of healing far infrared rays. I use mine every morning, and I love it. And I love my guest, Phillip Wilson, too. He's the guy that introduced the relaxed sauna to the U.S. market back in 2002 because it filters the precise infrared waves to increase human energy and provide healing power by discharging toxins from the body, especially heavy metals. So Phil.
Yes.
In my second book, Turning Inspiration into Action, I explore the idea that big transformations and discovery of purpose often come from devastation. So a terrible illness, a sudden death, some big crisis that shakes your life, and a major transformation follows. However, in the living of my life, I've found a happier way of discovering my purpose is by using inspiration. So the question is, was there a specific moment or situation when either devastation or inspiration revealed to you the purpose you were meant to live?
Well, devastation started it. I had a trauma with 1970 when I realized that my girlfriend had another boyfriend. I mean, she told me about it, but I recognized that he could give her what she needed, and I couldn't. And so my whole life was destroyed, devastated, and I went through about 3 days worth of hell and walking around like a zombie. And my whole life as I had envisioned it was totally ruined. And I had a realization at the time. I had a realization to dig myself out of the hell because I was very mental, sort of like Mr. Spock in Star Trek kind of mental. I was not very feeling in a heartfelt way. On a mental way, I was very feeling, but not heart-wise. And so I was informed, and in the realization I had to get involved in music, art, and dance is what I realized. Now, 5 years later, oh my gosh, I realized that I was taken out of my body by some beings, and I was taken out of my body by some beings, and they showed me the overhang of about 10 handball courts. And in the handball courts, people were doing music, they were doing art, they were doing dance, and it was like totally, that's what they were showing me that I need to do. But in my limited state of consciousness at the time, I just realized I had to get involved in music, art, and dance. And that took me to my next level. And then the rest, the next one wasn't devastation, it was inspiration, where I met some yoga and he showed me some techniques and I was doing them. And it propelled me into another state of heightened awareness and consciousness. And then from there, I've had many, many other out-of-body experiences and traveling in the inner worlds. And it's sort of like, I mean, it's just my experience, you know, it's not bad or good. It's just my experience, and it's inspired me, and I really love life, and I've learned how to live in every moment fully, completely fully, and that's a key. And when I'm not, I switch the light switch back on. It's just like you turn the light switch off and on. That's how simple it is. It's just a decision you make to be real in the moment.
That's very interesting. What was the catalyst for your launching your company in 1980? And when you launched it, did you go with the storefront first and then add web and all that, or how did that happen?
Well, in 1973, I started selling part-time an herbal vitamin called Sauna vitamins that no one's probably ever heard of. And in 1976, after graduate school ended, and I did not get my master's degree because of a complication. And so all of a sudden, the job I had lined up teaching mathematics in a junior college fell through because I needed to have a master's degree. So I was selling herbal vitamins with special herbs in them part-time, and I just decided to go for it. I had no choice.
Hey, Phil, that's very interesting. What was the catalyst that got you from that during the 70s that you were describing, that process you were in, that led to the creation of your company in 1980? And did you start with storefront, or of course you didn't start with the web because the web didn't exist. So did you buy a storefront in 1980 and launch a business?
Well, what happened, I was selling herbal vitamins part-time, and I started that in 1973 just because that way I could afford to use them myself. And so in 1976, I was supposed to get my master's degree in mathematics. I had a job lined up to teach at a junior college. And after that, I didn't get my master's. So all of a sudden, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And so I was making a couple of $100 a month part-time selling vitamins, herbal vitamins with special herbs in them. And so I finally realized after looking for a job, and one job they wanted me to put electrodes in chicken heads. I said, no. And so I just realized I needed to go off and start selling vitamins, herbal vitamins, and do it full time. And so I did that. And I did that until 1980. And then that's when I launched the massage tool and green foods and herbs and rebounders and inversion machines. And I was selling that both in my store at the Ohio State Fair, and I was selling it to health food stores and health professionals, and all of a sudden I had a business that was there. That's
still here. It's amazing. Yeah, congratulations on that. So we've talked about capacity and purpose, and when you combine those two, the sky's the limit. Or as I like to say, capacity plus purpose equals happy. It's what I call the happy formula.
I like that. Yeah.
But Phil, I believe the magic of life comes from the fourth element of significance. So tell us, how has doing work that creates value for others brought joy and magic into your life? And in your case, how does it feel when you get another one of your testimonials from someone saying how your products have improved their health and their life? Express the joy.
That's the great joy. It's being able to catalyze another person to become more free. Freedom and joy to me are very much related. And I love being able to be there for people, both product wise. It's very interesting because in the 70s, all I cared about, because of that out of body experience and knowing that I could not die and all the travels I had in the inner world, knowing that this physical world was a temporary place, knowing I wasn't my body, I wasn't afraid to die, so I wasn't afraid to live. And you live fully. And to share those insights, like just the fact, when you become aware of how bad judging is for you, when you hold the grudge, you're the one that's got 90% of the damage because you're doing it to yourself, because everyone is me, like they say, namaste to the light within you. I honor the light within you. Well, everyone is me. And I know that. I don't believe that. I know that you are a part of me, that the whole world is a reflection, and to share my love. See, by living in the moment, not living, I was meditating and they told me, whoever they is, momentum, taking advantage of the moment. And I said, okay, there's got to be more. And then they said, propelling yourself into greatness. And the difference between living in the moment and taking advantage of the moment is profound. Because when you're taking advantage of the moment, you're living in the moment and you're listening. And it's listening. That's, there's a song called Love is Listening. See, and we were at a conference, at a yoga and music festival in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This guy came into my booth and started playing his guitar. Two people in the sauna who were musicians went along and started singing. And the main refrain, they said it 4 times in the song, love is listening, love is listening. And when you listen to people, they love you, because, if you think about it, you love the people who listen to you because you're getting their attention, and it's a kind attention. It's not, and so listening is very important. That's why living in the moment and always listening. And so right now, although I'm talking, I'm listening. I don't know what the hell to say. I don't know anything. And I just listen, and whatever makes me feel joyful and happy, it's like a wave. There's a cosmic wave inside. And if you can just go with those rhythms, you can go where others can't go, because you're going with the flow. It's like sort of like the Tao. You just connect with it, you listen to it. And when I'm writing and all of a sudden my hand gets sort of like tangled up, sit back, relax, and then let it take you again. And so I always make sure that as soon as I become aware of the stress, I stop, catch the rhythm, and make beauty, make joy.
I love that. And speaking of the Tao, it's one of my favorite parts of the show. So let's wrap things up with the lightning round. I'll read one of my very favorite quotes, and then you respond. And try to keep your responses, try to think of 30 seconds or so we can get through a few of them. And we can kind of peer into Philip Wilson's mind. And the first quote's from Lao Tzu. If I keep from imposing on people, they become themselves.
They become what?
Themselves.
Yes, that's right. It's you want to be a clear vehicle where it flows through you. You listen to them, and then you respond, not react. You respond, because that's what responsibility comes from. And so I always, if you're living in the moment and giving attention, then you can respond. It's attitude and attention are the 2 most important things that you have.
Attitude and attention. Awesome. Okay, this one's one from my past. Your day belongs to another's dream.
That's not true. In a sense, that's true. There's truth in everything. It's not whether something is true or false. It's how it is true. Any statement, this thing about fake news and real news, it's all true, and you need to extract the truth from it. Just like the Pollyanna, there's got to be some good in there, and so you You learn to extract the good or the truth in something. See, if six people are looking at an elephant and one's looking at describing the tail, the other the trunk, the other the big toenail, they're all true in their description. It's not that they're lying, although part of what we do is what we want to do is we want to uncover all the lies or beliefs we have. Do you know that belief is all beliefs are lies? And here's my quote, humorous proof. BELIEF. There's a lie in every belief.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, let's do another one from Adyashanti. A total acceptance of yourself brings about a total transcendence of yourself.
You know, if you want to understand something, no way in hell you're ever going to understand something until you accept it or embrace it. And that's a secret. If you want to understand what it's like to become an orange, you have to become the orange. But acceptance is key, because, you know, like, and here's an example. It's a great example. Hopefully I can say it quickly. Suppose there's a lady, you know, she has a daughter. The daughter's a prostitute. The daughter's a heroin addict. And she says, I wish I could understand my daughter. Hell, lady, no way you're ever going to understand your daughter because you don't accept her. Suppose you accepted her and said, well, what was it like when you first shot up? You know, how did you feel? And the daughter said, well, you know, it was good, but there was some, you know. And so what you've done is the daughter has taken your hand and invited her into your world. And now you can understand your daughter. But without acceptance, you cannot in any way understand. And that's, see, the world is backwards. We think we have to understand something in order to acceptance. You know, in your domain, you decide to be happy, and then the things that you thought would make you happy, this, and that, and this, they will happen. But if you think that this, and this, and that will make you that, only when that happens will you be happy. No, it's backwards. You decide to be happy, and it's as simple as that. You just decide. And then I left Columbus about a year and a half ago to Las Vegas, and I wasn't going to leave till I had a manager, but I left. And then 2 months later, a manager appeared. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
The world is backwards.
Very good. Okay, Phil, one last one. Whatever is from Goth. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.
There's only one moment, and in this moment, you can do anything you want. A lot of times, you know, come 8 o'clock, I'll just go and sit in my bed and close my eyes. And I can put my attention on anything I want, anything, emotional, physical, mental, or whatever. And it's such a joy to realize that you create your reality. You can't blame others, or you can, but it's nonsensical, because you have created your reality, and the great freedom that comes from that. If you've created your reality and you're not happy with it, you can change it. You have the power to make your life what you need it to be, and then you can truly love. And freedom begets love. When you become free, then you're able to truly love, and then you become wise. It's a wonderful experience.
Very good. That's a good way to close things out. If you will, take 90 seconds and tell us what that little silver bag is behind you.
Oh, that's the relaxed sauna. And the tent, I don't think you can see the tent there, but the tent's on the floor in front of it. That's, you know, the folded tent. That's the second tent. The relaxed sauna gives you pure far infrared ray energy. It will increase core temperature more than any other sauna in the world. There's a review on reddit.com that compares it to cheaper Amazon saunas that can only increase core temperature a half a degree, and they don't perform the heart rate variability test that the Mayo Clinic and all the research says that it can do. This one will. So this is a $2,000 sauna, and it sells for $1,300 on the internet. And there's also a lady who wrote a book called Gastro Girl. She has a beautiful, pristine clinic where she does hyperbaric oxygen, colon hydrotherapy, and she has saunas in there for 10 years. She turned her nose at the relaxed sauna at the conferences. Then she got in and said, oh my gosh, in 3 minutes she was sold on it. And so she's been promoting the relaxed sauna, saying it's the best sauna. Has 8 pages in her book called Gastro Girl. There's also a book, No Sweat, No Sweat by Dr. Bill Akpinar, who's a cancer doctor in New York and a medical doctor, Oriental medical doctor. He recommends the relaxed saunas to many of his cancer patients. It's the love of my life. One of the loves of my life, the relaxed sauna. It makes you feel incredibly clear and purifies you. With purification, you uncover lies. And when you uncover the lie, you become free of it and no longer controls you. Because most people are a slave to their beliefs. And I don't want to be a slave to my beliefs. I use my beliefs to travel with.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I sweat out a lot of lies every morning sitting in that.
Yeah.
All right, Phillip. Well, thank you very much. And so now, folks, it's giving time. If you can hear my voice and you are inspired by today's show with Phillip Wilson, please donate what you can to WITV7. They're a 501c3 charity on a mission to educate, empower, and encourage. They do good works with your kindness. Phil, I'm inspired by your dedication and expertise to research, test, use, and promote cutting-edge, unique, innovative products with your goal to get people to transform their lives for the better. You communicate your research with such enthusiasm in your store, on your websites, and at holistic health expos and medical conferences all around the country. And I love your motto, advising others to take advantage of the moment and hence propel themselves into greatness. You are a treasure trove of health and wellness, my friend.
I wanted to mention one other thing. The website is relaxsaunas.com. That's relaxsaunas, plural, relaxsaunas with an S.com. And so that's where they can find there's about 500-600 pages all over the place on educating people about the benefits of far infrared ray. It's an appliance that belongs in every home, truly. It's they've got washing machines wash clothes, with water. The far infrared energy washes the cells of your body with healing light. It's light energy, and it's Hippocrates said, "Find me a way to create fever or sweat, and I will cure disease." And by this raising the core temperature, it does perform miracles. It's a real joy.
It's awesome. Well, thank you, Phil. And thank you, WITV7, for hosting and promoting our show so we can keep reaching ordinary people ready to create their extraordinary lives. A special thank you to our sponsors for the entire month of December, Relax Sauna and Happy Living. Remember, I'll donate $100 for every order placed during the entire month of December. So buy a far infrared portable sauna for yourself and give another one as a gift. Most especially, thank you, viewers and listeners. You'll find links to websites and social media and all things Phillip Wilson. Find him, friend him, try a few of his innovative products that'll improve your health and happiness. From me to you, dear friends, I love you and I want you to be happy. We do what we do on the Something Significant show to inspire you to live your life to its fullest, to believe as I do that a better self is always possible today and every day for the rest of our lives. I encourage you to be bold. If you're dreaming about it, then get on with it, for it is there on your special path, the one to your dream, your unique and distinctive journey. That's where you'll discover the way to make your mark of significance on the world. Till next time, I'm Matt Gersper. You are awesome. And this is the Something Significant show. And we're out, Phil.
Okay, thanks.